content with 5th place there. Well, we move from the beam for the women to the parallel bars. High bar still to come in our individual apparatus finals. And for British Eurosport viewers, Beth Tweddle involved in the floor competition. Went very well in qualification as well. So one of the hot favourites for gold, having already taken gold medal in the uneven bars. It's been a very good competition so far for Great Britain, and a number of nations can say that. Germany will be delighted with what's happened so far as well. Russia picking up some medals, and Romania doing something to repair the fact that they didn't medal in yesterday's competition in the individual all-around. Now, can Tamajan do something here in the floor? The new lead-off gymnast for Romania. Now that Nistor is gone and Isbasa appears to be thinking about retirement. Now, close again. I was just going to say, Vincent, what interested me about her routine yesterday was how much she flirted with the boundaries.
Yeah, you've got to have your toes completely. They can be on the white line, they can't be over it, otherwise you pick up a 0.1. Or if you land out, it could be up to 0.5. But as a general comment on the sport of women's floor, it's very difficult for the judges to distinguish between the good and the very good. Many of the gymnasts doing the same tumbles, having the same type of start value. 4 tumbles is pretty much the norm. A bunch of jumps and a spin, dance around, and it's a hard task for these judges to distinguish between those that are exceptional. So 2 double backs with full turn, one in piked and one in tucked position, and the mandatory double pike dismount.
Little stumble, but a tidy finish from Tamajan. And yeah, a very good point that you made yesterday, Vincent, was the fact that, you know, maybe more attention should be paid to the choreography, but as soon as you do that, it does become subjective, and that's what this new code is trying to get away from, to make this an athletically marked contest.
There's that full in, tucked back somersault, and she'd more than flirted. The judge has said you were out, and there'll be a 0.1 penalty for that.
The effort that went into the finish, and unfortunately that tiny little stumble just took away from the final presentation to the judges, but Tamajan seems happy enough with her work.
So 71 gymnasts tried to qualify on this apparatus, and these are the final 8.
Beth Tweddle amongst them. For the Italian fans, they will be focusing their attention on Vanessa Ferrari. Xenia Semenova, the individual all-around champion, she too involved. And a very exciting prospect of Ana Maria Izurieta of Spain. So into the last of the apparatus finals. Floor for women, and then it'll be high bar for the men, as Tamajan is made to wait for this mark.
High bar the most exciting, that's to follow.
14.075, plenty of room for somebody to get past her, and she knows it. Now then, Sandra Isbasa, along with Nistor, one of the real stars of the Romanian team.
I was explaining to Simon that I saw Isbasa at Jesolo near Venice a couple of weeks ago. She looks extremely different from in her Olympic prime, but she slimmed down slightly. Starts with that full in pike, still good enough.
Well, the judges like this routine in Beijing. She's got that little section of music which is very definitely targeted at getting the crowd on side and clapping. But boy, does she have to work for that in Beijing.
Good triple spin. It appears she's only doing floor and beam at the moment. Bars has gone out the window. Probably has the capacity still to vault, but at the moment we're just seeing her on the 2 apparatus. Senior in the Romanian team, they like to keep someone there if they can to give a bit of direction and be a mother figure to these younger gymnasts.
There we go.
To the crowd not jumping into action with their applause. 2.5 twists, straight front full. Now that's one of her most difficult tumbles, still very much in the bag.
Joined in now. That was a nice piece of work from Miss Bassett.
And remember, she was the Olympic gold medalist on this piece. That's how successful she was last year. Oof. Now the problem that some gymnasts have experienced, if you do a 2.5 twist and a triple twist and your triple twist is incomplete, the judges will call it a 2.5 twist. They'll say you've already done it, and therefore you get no dismount. Now I would have thought Basha's name is big enough for them to close their eyes on that, but any other newcomer left themselves very vulnerable there. As that first tumble, full in back out, piked. It's a bit boring. We come back and do the same thing tucked. Beg your pardon, there's that 2.5 twist into that front summy full turn. So that's the third tumble. Let's see if we're going to get a look at the final tumble.
Well, there may have been kisses and cuddles for the coaches by the time she came off towards them, but prior to her leaving the floor, Vincent, those two coaches were not happy at all with that, and I wonder if that's going to be reflected by the judges. They know, don't they? They know that's not Bassa at her best. She does as well, I think. A little bow to the audience there, some cheers and
there's
shouts.
The difficulty judge, the Austrian and Israeli judges, who are the difficulty panel. And they will be scrutinising that to decide whether to give her the benefit.
Great smile, but I think that's a nervous smile. Spaniard being made to wait.
New hair colour for the new woman. And I'm sure she'll have been well rewarded for that Olympic gold medal.
Crowd being very patient. We've heard at previous major championships when the crowd not happy with either the mark or the time it takes to get the mark, but I think all of them appreciating that the judges want to get this right, and that's the point, especially working with the new elements to the code. Bassa trying to smile her way through this, but I think she too's had enough of the wait now. Some of the crowd starting to voice their opinions, and this is when the judges find the pressure begins to mount. Recall the very famous incidents we've had on Eurosport over the years, Athens in particular.
So if she hasn't got a dismount, then she could lose at least half a mark and the value of the skill, and that's really going to slide her start value.
It's killed her. My goodness, 13.900. Miss Bassa was hoping against hope that, as you said, Vincent, they would remember that this is the Olympic champion they're judging. And the emotion's starting to come through now.
Someone's ducking. Well, the Romanian coach put in a protest, I believe. How dare you do that to my star?
But the code is there and the rules are there, Vincent, and as far as you're concerned, you saw that possible deduction.
I did straight away, and you know, let's be seen to be fair, otherwise no point in having rules. So credit to the judges to stand up and put their case forward as they see it.
Horrible moment when the protest comes in and you go back to your notes to check and think, oh, did I?
Well, don't forget they have video analysis, so it's very easy for the jury, the additional judges, to be able to go and study that film as well. There they are, the jury, Lynn Fairbrother,